All right, y'all. We are live for Keto Class. This is the first Keto Class. This is a historic Keto Class, y'all. If you may know, I've been doing Keto Class every single Sunday for about the last 4 to 4.5 years, and it has always been me. It has always been just me. And for the first time in Keto Class history, we have a special guest. Some of y'all are privy. Some of y'all know who the special guest is. Y'all got it out of me. And some of y'all did not get it out of me. So some of y'all are waiting to see who our special guest is. But I'm just gonna give you a little bit of background on our special guest before I bring them up. And some of y'all may know about the Keto Crate, right? And I did a YouTube video because there was an item in the Keto Crate, and everybody loved this product. Everybody loved this item. I got more messages about this particular item than any other item in the Keto Crate ever. And I looked at the ingredient while I was live, and I looked at it really quickly, and I didn't give a good response because I didn't know. And I was like, oh, I don't know, y'all. So later on, I go back and I look at my comments, and the owners of this company had messaged me, and they said, hey, I assure you that these ingredients are good. And we already knew the cookie was good. I done gave a little bit away. We already knew the cookie was good, but he said, these ingredients are good. I said, okay, well, listen, I'm known for doing my blood sugar and sharing this information with my keto community. And send me the cookies, and I will do my blood sugar, and I will post the results. So lo and behold, that cookie came in no time flat, and I ate the cookie, and I did my blood sugar, and there was no significant increase. So I was like, man, and they had the nerve to send me 3 of them cookies, and I ate all 3 of them, y'all. I apologize, because y'all know I usually share, but I ate all 3 of them. So y'all, I cannot wait to introduce y'all. I love their story. And the one thing that I do love is that sometimes smaller companies, they care about you a little bit more than some of these big conglomerates, right? And the story behind how they started the company and everything is just in the keto line of products is just amazing. So I'm humbled to just have them here. So I'm just gonna shut my face up, and I'm gonna introduce Akiva and Alana, the lovely couple here, and they have created a company, and this company is called the Cookie Department. So y'all know about that sprinkle cookie that we all loved, that we talked about. So here they are. There they go, Akiva and Alana. So I appreciate y'all coming today. So I love for y'all to share the story. I see we have some people here. I see Stacy is saying hello to you guys, and we got a lot of people popping in. So I'll be popping up some of them saying hello as y'all talk. But definitely, please, I would love for you to share the story on how the keto line from the Cookie Department got started. I mean, when you inboxed me on Instagram and we had that conversation, I was just taken aback by the story. And I didn't want to get even more details because I wanted to make sure that we were 100% authentic here and that you would be able to share this with our community as well. So Renee called me.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having us. We have so much to learn from you as well. And that's part of why we do this, is because as the ketogenic lifestyle becomes more and more common, we're realizing that as the science is becoming more advanced and people are jumping on the bandwagon, we need to learn from each other, and we need to support each other in making good decisions. So thank you for having us and allowing us to share our story. The brand actually started with my husband.
Yeah. In 2009, in my mother's kitchen, I tinkered with my first cookie. It was not keto at all.
At all.
High carbs, higher protein. What we did was I created a line of cookies that we called the fully functional cookie line. And by that, I mean, we started with classic cookie formulations, peanut butter, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin style, and fortified them with functional ingredients like caffeine, protein, superfoods, antioxidants, probiotics, just all really good things for our bodies to kind of give it a little extra benefit in every bite. And I did that for about, 9.5 years. Yeah. I had this line and I was selling all over the country. But again, started it small in my mom's kitchen. I literally started the company with $100 and grew it. I don't have an MBA. I'm not, you know, I didn't even go to a 4-year college, but I had these aspirations of, you know, being my own boss, and, you know, I love baking. I have a pastry background. Anyways, long story short is I had these cookies, and I then met Alana, my wife.
And I couldn't eat any of them.
She couldn't eat any of them.
Because I had, when we met, actually, we met in 2012, and I had been in an extremely debilitating car accident back in 2005. And I had been bedridden for 2 years from that car accident, and the healing journey was very challenging, and I was able to heal enough to create a really wonderful, functional life for myself, but I wasn't 100% healed. And when we met in 2012, I was in a really good place physically. Part of the reason was because I had gone gluten-free, and I was being very conscious of the sugar that I was eating. So I was low carb and gluten-free. So none of his cookies worked for that. I wasn't keto yet at that point. And in 2013-ish, maybe early 2014, a number of my brain injury symptoms not only came back, but came back with a vengeance. And that can happen with the brain specifically. If people aren't fully healed, brain cells that die don't come back. And if you don't know how to work with that, which I didn't, people can really suffer. And I was in a very dark physical place, to the point where I couldn't get myself up. My blood sugar was all over the place. My neurocognitive function was tanked. My energy was tanked. So he had fallen in love with a woman that was very dynamic and very alive. And within about a year, I had really fallen apart. And one of my doctors, a very long medical journey all over the country to numerous experts, but one of my doctors at the Mayo Clinic, which is where the ketogenic diet was actually created in 1923 to support children with epilepsy, said, you know, the ketogenic diet might be really helpful for dealing with the brain inflammation that you're dealing with right now. So I'm suddenly on this not only gluten-free, low-carb diet, but I'm on a keto diet, and a super strict medical keto diet. So this isn't just clean keto. This is like no nightshades, nothing that causes inflammation. Like, it was like a serious departure from like man that owns cookie company and the way that he was eating. So I was really kind of pissed off, guys. Like, to be honest, I was like, this is not fun. And we're talking back like 2013, 2014, even though the ketogenic diet had been around for, you know, nearly 100 years, the world hadn't caught on to it from a commercial perspective like it has now. So there were no products out there, like literally nothing. So if you wanted to eat something that tasted decent, nobody was creating monk fruit yet. There was no such thing as erythritol in this country. I hated stevia.
And almond flour.
I struggled.
Well, and almond flour also wasn't being heavily used in commercial products either at that time. So
none of it was. It was like the wild, wild west.
So what we did is we started tinkering in our kitchen with cookies, brownies, breads, just you name it. You know, baking is my jam, and so literally. And so, you know, we had fun with it.
We had a lot of fails, like a lot of fails. And so, you know, one of the things that I love to sort of think about with gratitude now is that because people like us have already made all of these mistakes in the kitchen, like we're talking hockey pucks and stuff that's just not palatable at all. Like, just the amount of money we've wasted, I don't even want to think about it. But people that are coming along to keto, you know, now or in more recent years, there's so many more options out there. And that's part of why we created the keto line of the cookie department, because once we had perfected a bunch of these things for me to enjoy, we recognized as products were hitting the market that there wasn't anything at the time that kept my blood sugar stable, that was as clean in terms of ingredients, and that actually tasted like a pastry chef made it.
And that's the thing, like every cookie that we produce has to pass muster, you know,
with me.
With her, you know, but more importantly, you know, it's really easy for a lot of companies out there. It's really easy for them to just produce the like a passable product, right? Because they know that they have an audience, they have a niche audience that they know will buy the product because at the time there's not a lot of competition. But for us, it's like, it's really important that every cookie tastes like, you know, like the real thing.
Like a cookie.
Like a cookie should, right? Yeah. There's a lot of products out there that taste like cardboard when they should taste like a cookie. Our cookies taste like cookies.
Or a lot of things that we've found on the market that actually taste pretty good, but they're just full of maltodextrin, or they're full of chemicals, they're full of genetically modified
chemicals that preserve
fillers, all kinds of stuff that we try to be conscientious of, not only what are the macros that we're putting into our bodies, but how do we get the most bang for our buck in terms of the nutrients that we're consuming in every bite. So that's how our cookies happened, was because there was nothing else for me to eat.
And it's crazy. It's you know, with our original line, you know, we didn't really have a community. Like it wasn't the line wasn't like high protein, so we weren't going after, you know, the bodybuilders. We didn't really have this like culture behind us. And then all of a sudden we launched the keto line, and literally overnight our Instagram shoots up. You know, people start talking about our product on Instagram. They start saying it's their favorite cookie, and it's just so, it just fills our heart with so much gratitude because we're such a small brand, and to have all these people that love our product, it just makes us so warm inside, warm and cozy.
And specifically for me, from the medical end of things, to be able to connect with people that are, say, diabetic, or that have certain cancers, or that have also had brain challenges, or that are epileptic, or there's so much suffering inherent in physical challenge. And, you know, we all say we don't realize what we have until we lose our health. And obviously a cookie isn't going to save the world, but to be able to bring a little bit of joy to somebody that is otherwise suffering is a really wonderful thing. And I know that firsthand, because I'm telling you, for years, there was nothing that I could eat that was worth eating. It's like a lot of eggs. And thank you for joining us in our home. This is Truffles. So
I was going to ask you.
Where are you heading?
This is her house. We're just visiting, you know.
Right. I love it.
My lap is warm.
So I want to let everyone know that, you know, feel free to ask questions. This is like, you know, I always do Q&A, so y'all definitely drop your questions in the comments. So for Akiva and Alana, and we will definitely get those questions answered. So I love the story of, you know, you just saying, okay, you know, you can't eat this cookie, so I'm gonna make one that's gonna be beneficial to you. And as I said, man, checking my blood sugar was crazy because it didn't move. It's like my blood sugar stayed consistent, and I've done this with a lot of products, as the people in my keto community know. I've done this with a lot of products, and that wasn't the case, you know. So and as I was saying in the beginning, is one of the things I love about the story is that I think a lot of times, as we can see, the family, even down to the cat, is the care into the product that you put. So I'm going to ask the sweetener question, because I don't want you to give away the secret sauce, because I mean, we got some chefs in here. They might be reproducing the cookie, right? So
reverse engineer a cookie.
Right. So, but on the sweetener side, like, give me a little insight, since you know about sweeteners. Give me a little insight on some of the keto sweeteners and why you chose the one that you chose to use in this product.
I'm so glad that you asked that, because there's so much confusion out there. I belong to several keto groups on social media platforms, and somebody posted yesterday something about, wait, I'm really confused. Is Splenda not keto? And it's like once you have this knowledge, it's so easy to make choices that are good for us. But until we have the knowledge, we may think that we're doing something good for us that's actually harming us, and vice versa. So we chose to use a combination of monk fruit and erythritol, and we use the Lecanto brand. And the reason that we do that is because monk fruit is 100% natural. It's a fruit that comes from, I believe it's high up in the mountains in Southeast Asia.
Comes from monks.
It's called monk fruit.
Maybe it's ninjas. I don't know.
It has a beautiful long Chinese name that I can't pronounce and I don't want to butcher it. So the reason it's called monk fruit is because monks actually discovered it many hundreds of years ago. So that's completely natural. And it's often mixed with erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol. And the reason that we like the erythritol as a sugar alcohol versus some of the others is because erythritol is known scientifically and anecdotally to cause the fewest number of digestive challenges. It also does not spike blood sugar.
I like to say if I can eat it, then everybody else can eat it.
Which is funny because it's not true.
Bad belly.
Yeah. So there are a number of sugar alcohols out there. You know, we've all seen, like I mentioned, maltodextrin earlier. There's actually some sugar alcohols do really spike blood sugar. Some sugar alcohols cause us to store fat. Some sugar alcohols cause us to store water and bloat. Some cause gastrointestinal challenges. So we actually didn't do much experimenting with many sweeteners because we did a lot of the research ahead of time because we didn't want belly aches and we didn't want to be raising our blood sugar. So we have done some work, some experimenting with stevia. But
and also there's something very interesting that I don't know if a lot of people know this because they're not necessarily in the mass production industry, but one of the reasons why a lot of brands will use allulose instead of monk fruit is the cost. The cost is about the same price as regular white sugar,
which is much less expensive.
Right, and monk fruit is almost triple the cost. And we've always, in our cookies, we've always used expensive ingredients. People a lot of the times ask us, like, why are your cookies so expensive? And the answer is we use just really expensive ingredients, and they're high quality, premium, you know. So anyways, back to what you were saying, you know, monk fruit is just more expensive. So go ahead.
Yeah,
so I got a question for you on that end. So I know you don't have maltodextrin in your ingredients, but this is Keto Coach E's curiosity. All right. So why do so many companies use maltodextrin when they know that the glycemic index of it is double sugar?
So we obviously can't speak for them, but I would imagine that cost is probably the first reason. And I would also imagine that just lack of education of consumers, because if you don't know that you're getting a much cheaper product, then you're gonna buy it, right? You may not realize that something upsets your stomach until after you bought it. And if you have mass exposure, if a company is in Walmart, for instance, even if they don't get repeat customers, they've still sold a tremendous number of products. So our focus is we don't only want something to taste good, but we want it to be good for you. And because we're a small brand and it's literally just us, if people didn't come back, we wouldn't have a company because we don't have that kind of reach. So I think, you know, we have an advantage and a disadvantage, right? We could use cheaper ingredients if we had the money to go get more customers that didn't come back. It's sort of an interesting.
But also, if there are a lot of people, you know, who will out there, you know, out in social media land who challenge bigger brands even about the ingredients that they're using. We have a lot of really educated consumers out there. And we really didn't want to deal with that kind of backlash. We didn't want to deal with constantly fielding questions about the ingredients that we're using. It's better for me to have an ingredient deck on the back of my package where you can pronounce everything on there. And if not, you'll look it up and you'll educate yourself. But if it's something like melodextrin, do, you know, it's like if it doesn't sound like food, you know, it's like, no.
Exactly. So Lori has a question for you guys. So what is the shelf life of your cookie?
Well, in total, from production to, you know, spoil would be 10 months. But usually when someone orders, they're usually going to get a guarantee of at least 8 months, just the way that we're, you know, moving through production.
And how do we achieve that 10-month shelf life without a whole bunch of artificial stuff in it? So we're using prebiotic fiber, you know, the fiber that we use, the tapioca fiber that you called out in the video. So that's a natural preservative as well.
Yes, and it was a fiber. It was a fiber, y'all. It was a fiber. A fiber.
Fiber.
Right? It was a fiber.
Goes in one out, goes out the other. No, and then we also we're using glycerin, which is just a natural preservative as well.
Yeah.
Got you.
It won't. Don't put it in your like earthquake preparedness bag. Like it's not a Twinkie. It won't slide in your bottle.
No, and that's the thing. You know, a lot of products on the market in the keto space. You know, water activity is really big. I don't know if you know anything about this, Kevin, but you know, when you have a baked good that has a high water activity, basically high moisture content, definitely due to the high fat content in your cookie
and the lack of gluten.
The chances of going bad are high. We learned that the hard way. The first round of cookies were just mold was just like going out of our ears, and we had to.
Not literally our ears.
Not literally, just our cookies. And we that was kind of in the early stages, like when we were learning about the formula and kind of tweaking it, and we finally figured out what the issue was, and we fixed it, and now we don't have that issue. You know, I just like to be really transparent with people.
What's interesting is that even the really big companies, we've bought all of our competitors' cookies.
They don't actually have 1-year shelf lives, is what I'm saying.
Well, we've experienced mold, and so anecdotally, so have a lot of other people on products made by a lot of the bigger keto brands as well, and that's simply it's because there's no gluten and the fat is very high. So that's one of the things that you're dealing with when you're dealing with baking. It is all chemistry. And even though Akiva created the recipes, we do have food scientists making sure that everything that he created in the kitchen is nutritionally exactly what we're thinking it is, that it's being absorbed by the body the way we're thinking it is. So it's not just like two people tinkering in a kitchen. Like there's a lot of science behind how to create a keto cookie that is soft and does not get moldy.
And we love our new formulas. They're performing well. They taste great, in my opinion, and the customer return is just, it's great to see.
And you know what's interesting? We launched this line in August of 2019, and I think we're on our 3rd formulation.
Wow!
Because it's taken some time to really understand how keto products work in a package versus in your kitchen.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, your cookie won't last 8 months in my house.
That's the thing. It's funny because like when I talk to stores, right, retailers, they're always asking me like, well, how long's your shelf life? When I'm like talking to them about getting my products into their shelves, and they're like, well, we need at least 12 months. I'm like, if our cookies are on your shelf for more than 4 months,
you're not going to carry them.
You're not going to want to carry them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean that is great. And I see Maria has a question about. I don't know if you can answer this question, but I'm gonna also pose a question to the audience after you answer this question, and I'll give my answer as well. So you said, what is your favorite flavor? If you can say, because I know sometimes when you're the creator, it's hard to say it.
We have favorite children. It's okay.
Okay.
What's your favorite flavor?
You know, I personally like cakewalk, but I like cakewalk when it's frozen. For everybody out there that hasn't had our cookies frozen, they taste like
ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
Frozen. Wow. That is a nugget, y'all.
No, it's amazing. Cakewalk frozen is my favorite, and then mint condition, and then the championship flavor.
So cakewalk used to be my favorite, and we just recently reformulated mint condition, and
it's softer.
It's my favorite. We actually made today. We whipped up a chocolate mousse with the crust made out of the mint condition cookie, and we just mixed the cookie with a tiny bit of butter, and we were able to create a crust out of it.
We have that recipe if people want it.
Oh, definitely share it.
We'll definitely share it.
We'll put it in the Facebook. We'll put it in the Facebook group. We'll definitely drop it in the Facebook group. So Andrea has a question as well. Similar question, but also wants to know, do you have any new flavors in mind? And I want to say this before y'all answer. I want y'all to put your ideas for new flavors in the comments so they can see which flavors that you would love to see them make as well. And definitely share. Do you have any new flavors coming? And y'all share while they're sharing, you share which ones y'all would like as well.
Wait, real quick before my husband actually answers that, he is never not tinkering up here with weird cockamamie. He tried making a Fruit Loop flavored keto cookie once. Like,
yeah.
I would not buy that if it hit the shelf.
No.
Yeah.
So there's always something in the works, but physically in the works he can handle.
So the two flavors that we're working with right now, but your audience has to promise me that they're not gonna. It's like what happens in Keto Cookie, like happens here, stays in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
remember, this is on YouTube, so don't give away too much now. You don't give away too much now. Don't give away those secret recipes.
I'm going to give you one flavor we're working on. The other flavor I have to keep under wraps just because it's a very, from an IP standpoint, it's going to change the keto cookie space. In my opinion.
Love it.
Yeah, we're fancy around here.
But the one cookie that we're working on that we hope to launch this year is a white chocolate lemon meringue.
White chocolate lemon meringue. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's like a dance on your taste buds, right? Like the white chocolate and lemon meringue on your taste buds. Oh, that'd be something special. So I see butter cookies. I'm gonna put something out there. You know, back in the day, there used to be this cookie I used to get at school. You know, by me being a teacher, I see they still sell them, and they're called butter crunch cookies. Man. Those things used to be delicious. So that's a flavor I would love to see. They call butter crunch cookies, man. Those things are delicious.
Now I have a question for Lou and the Lou. Is it
Lou and the Lou?
Lou and
Yes,
Lou.
Lou.
My question to this person is when they say coconut, now is it just a coconut cookie like a macaroon, or do they want to see like a a particulate? You know what a particulate is? It's like chocolate chips, pieces, toffee. Those are particulates. Do they want to see a particulate in that cookie?
All right, Lou. So come on, Lou. Give us that answer. So Lou and the Lou, she's one of our faithful members. She's in the mastermind as well. So definitely she'll come through with an answer. So the white, I see white chocolate, macadamia. I love white chocolate macadamia cookies as well. So that is awesome. So we see what's the name of the company again? So the name of the company is
backwards. The cookie department.
Is it backwards?
Department.
It's
so interesting about white chocolate macadamia is an interesting one because our objective is to be as clean and authentic to the ingredients as we possibly can. And if anybody's bought macadamia nuts, they are an absolute fortune. So we've done a lot of tinkering to figure out how to make a white chocolate macadamia cookie that actually has macadamia in it. Anyway, we're working on it.
We're working on it, maybe.
No promises, but we're working on it.
It's gonna taste like macadamia, but it might not be macadamia.
Hey, it's gonna have one macadamia in each cookie. Half a macadamia in each cookie. Crack it up, put some chunks in there.
I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna crush it and blend it, and I guarantee there's at least one macadamia in the cookie.
That's gonna be the brand.
At least one. Oh man. So we got oatmeal raisin. I see we got white chocolate again. I see Ellen asked for white chocolate.
White chocolate
macadamia. I see we got oatmeal raisin. Oatmeal raisin. That's a good one too.
Oatmeal or raisin is the challenge with keto.
Yeah. You had to get the flavor, but not the actual ingredients.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if you could do a cranberry. Oh, butter crunch. Okay, we're gonna have to look this up.
Butter crunch, yeah, because butter crunch cookies, y'all. Look like me too. I see another some more oatmeal. Oh, pecan pie cookie. Pecan pie cookie.
I like that too, Maria. I like your thinking.
Oh, look at this one. Look at this one.
Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle.
I mean, that's classic. Like, I'm surprised it wasn't said before.
Right.
It's funny, guys, actually, because Snickerdoodle was the first one. Chocolate with chocolate chips. We have that. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We do, but with mint.
Oh, chocolate with chocolate chips. Okay.
And mint. That's what we have.
We have a double chocolate mint, but so we started out, the first cookie was going to be Snickerdoodle. And I'm trying to remember why we didn't end up launching that one.
I think, if I remember correctly, it just with Snickerdoodle, it's all about the chew. Like it has like a very specific mouthfeel when you bite into it. It's almost like elastic. Where with our cookies are way more cakey and have like a really, like when you eat the cakewalk. Kevin, can you confirm this? When you ate the cakewalk, it literally legit felt like you were eating a cake, right?
Yeah.
So I think with the Snickerdoodle, we were running into issues with the mouthfeel. It was too cakey. So maybe we'll try it again.
I love the pecan pie. Yeah, that's a fun one. Peanut butter
we are working on. I'm sorry. So it was peanut butter and then the lemon meringue white chocolate. So we are
okay.
And not to brag on my husband, but he had a peanut in his classic line. In the classic line, there's a peanut butter toffee cookie that is legit, hands down, the best cookie I have ever tasted in my life. Like in my life. And the fact that I couldn't eat that cookie, like keeping this between us, every now and again, because we do trade shows together, right? And so I would have all these cookies cut up in front of me for days on end, and I wouldn't be able to eat them. Every now and again, I would take a little bite, and I would savor and chew, and then I would spit. And, and I'm like, I'm not trying to insult you, babe. It's so good, I just can't swallow. But peanut butter will be coming out for sure with the peanut butter, probably the next year.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate your guys, creative ideas here, because we're always, we want to make sure that we're making what people want to eat.
Exactly. And that's why I'm going through these so y'all can see them. We got some white chocolate with raspberry. You got some red velvet. Red velvet. You got lemon. Mary says lemon.
Lemon white chocolate.
Cheesecake
flavor. We got more red velvet. You said put cranberry in with the white chocolate chip. Okay, Ellen loves recipes, and she can spit out some recipes, y'all. So she probably got some really good ideas here. So he said, somebody said, I love their cookies. So we don't know who that is, Facebook user, but you got to go ahead and make sure that you.
It was actually us. We just did
it right. Oh, it's the amaretto cookies.
Nice.
I got caramel cream cookie. Okay, Tammy, I see caramel cream cookies. You got some more butter pecan. Okay.
Any Fruit Loop cookie? Any Fruit Loop cookie? Come on.
No Fruit Loop cookies. And there you go, the carrot cake. So my favorite cookie is hard to say because I love the cake, the cake cookie, the cakewalk cookie. Yeah. But this one right here, by me being a basketball coach and just a sports enthusiast, championship. Like this is the best name of a cookie that I have ever seen in my life. And this box will forever be on display. Because
Thank you.
Championship right next to the trophy. So I love the name of that cookie, the championship. That when I saw, I was like, oh man, that is just a perfect name for a cookie. So I see we got a cinnamon roll cookie as well. So y'all.
So we're actually all about. All of our names they're all puns. So cakewalk, mid condition. So to be a championship, and get your body into mid condition can be a cakewalk.
Oh. Did y'all catch that?
So the name championship, actually, it's an interesting evolution. When we started thinking about keto and what keto really sort of represents in people's lives, we started thinking about how frustrating this journey can be for a lot of people and how much there is to learn and how many setbacks people often feel that they have and how easy it is to get down on yourself and all of that. So we really started thinking about how if you're on this journey, you really are a champion because you're not going to hit that finish line by just going from start to finish. You're going to hit that finish line by having all kinds of hurdles and obstacles and growth opportunities, and you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to fall down and you're going to get back up. So we really started thinking about being your own champion in reference to this cookie, and we actually put it out to our Instagram community. We said, this is kind of what we have in mind. Come up with some fun names. So one of our Instagram community members actually came up with the name Championship and people voted on it and that's the one that won. So that's how Championship came to be.
So maybe when we look for another name, we'll contact you and do a giveaway.
When we do a white chocolate butter pecan pie, raspberry carrot cake, macadamia nut cookie.
It's called the kitchen sink. We're gonna take all of those cookie flavors and we're gonna mash it into one. You know, at the soda fountain, you're like,
I haven't done that.
Yeah, the kitchen sink, right?
Renee, our cakewalk kind of tastes like a shortbread. It's
sort of, except for it tastes like a birthday cake
too. It tastes more
like
there's more vanilla in it than shortbread. But if you take our cakewalk cookie and you make German chocolate, you make some whipped cream and you put a couple of strawberries on it, it tastes just like shortbread. German chocolate. Well, so here. Oh, you're gourd. So I'm wondering, guys, is there such a thing as too many chocolate options? I mean, it's a question because
we kind of talk about it all the time. We're like, because the flavor that I can't really disclose because this is going to be live in YouTube land is also a double chocolate cookie, but it has a secret ingredient in it.
Oh man.
But so do you think, with a double chocolate mint, a chocolate chip, and then another double chocolate chip cookie, does your audience think that there's too many chocolate cookies?
All right, so if you think that you can have too many chocolate cookies, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that you can never have too many chocolate cookies, put a 2 in the chat. So we'll see how many. We'll see. We'll tabulate our votes here and see what we get. But it is definitely been a blessing, a pleasure to have y'all here. And if y'all don't know, they are the keto department, the cookie department. I always want to put keto in there. The cookie department, and they actually gave our community a promo code to get 10% off. So the promo code is Keto Coach E10. So y'all definitely can check out their site. If you go to my promo code page, which I'm not sure if it's there yet, because just like it's just them, it's just me. But if you go directly to their website, you can put in Keto Coach E10 and you get 10% off on their cookies. And we have a giveaway coming up soon as well, y'all. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be doing a giveaway. So somebody put a 3. Loretta, what is the 3 about? Loretta put a 3. So Loretta said, I guess, I don't know. You got to tell me what that means, Loretta. So we got some 1s, we got some 2s in there. We got, it look like about 50-50 right now. I don't know. It look like 2 might be winning. So Andrea just says, yes, chocolate. Don't even worry about it. Oh man. Okay, so here we go. This is Ellen here. Ellen is deep into the Keto Coach E community. She is in the mastermind. She is one of the masterminds in the mastermind. And we always have this argument. Okay, so I need for you to help us with this argument. Okay, so don't worry, you won't be picking sides. So is it pecan, or pecan?
Oh. It's definitely not the latter. It's not pecan.
Okay.
I think a lot of it has to do with where in the country or in the world that you live. But in my personal opinion, I think it is pecan.
Okay, pecan.
Can I cheat and Google?
Yeah. Well, it's no right answer. There's no right or wrong answer, right?
I grew up with sophisticated people saying pecan, like people that want to sound fancy, and then everybody else saying pecan, and then the pecan people judging the pecan people, and the pecan people judging the pecan people. Who cares? Let's just eat it.
So what is your take?
Thank you, Tammy.
I have gotten to the point where I don't even know what I say anymore because it's become such a joke inside of our community. I don't even remember what was I actually saying. So I know Ellen says pecan, so it's like I can't remember pecan. I say it all different ways. Right. So whenever I say it, it comes out different. So that's an inside joke. So now you're part of the family because you're in on our inside pecan joke. So nice. we appreciate y'all coming. Do you have any closing words that you'd like to share? And if anybody has any other questions, definitely drop them in quick now. We got to let them go. They're busy. They got new cookie flavors to come up with, so we can't keep all night.
We're just really thankful. Like we actually, this is the first time that we've had an interview on YouTube. So thank you for hosting that. Cookie. Yeah. But it's been really great. We want to do more of these. We want to teach people as much as teach people what we know. and then learn from other people, but also share our story. We haven't really been able to do that.
I would just say, as I mentioned earlier, there's so much learning and growing and self-reflection and adaptation and stepping outside the box and all kinds of different challenges that come with adopting a ketogenic lifestyle. And I would just say, first and foremost, remember that you're doing this to be good to yourself. So if you have a slip up, or if you're not feeling right about a decision that you made or something, go back to the beginning of, I'm doing this to be good to myself, because you are your own biggest cheerleader, and you can also be your own biggest enemy. And of course, you've got this beautiful community here. I mean, this is an amazing thing that you've created, Coach. I love that you've created this. And you don't want to put the responsibility on the other people in the community to be better to you than you are to yourself. So own it. It's your journey, like recognize, like, you deserve this. You chose this. If you slip up, it's okay. You'll get right back on there, and do it in the way that works for you. No two bodies are the same. No two people are going to respond to keto the same way. So create those adaptations, being honorable of yourself and of your body and of your own journey and your own goals, and stick to it, because the success is in the journey. It's not in the short term. So that's
be your own champion.
We are sold in stores. You can check out the website at thecookiedepartment.com. We have a map of where they all are in the country.
We're on Amazon, but you can't use Coach's discount code unless you do it on our website.
I think we're gonna make a bunch of these weird flavors. We're just send them all to Coach as one.
Taste them now. Online taste test. Blind taste test. What is this flavor?
By the way, peanut butter and jelly. Very clever. I like that.
Do y'all want to name any of the stores? Do you have any of the stores offhand that you want to name that you have some relationships with? If they want to go out and look for those?
Yeah, we'll be in GNC for a little longer. It's a long story. We won't get into it, but GNC throughout the country, and then we're currently working on Sprouts, and we're also in a lot of independent stores. So if you go to our store locator and enter your zip code, you'll see a lot of independent grocery stores and nutritional stores as well.
Awesome.
And digression, but we're very blessed because so many small businesses have really, really suffered and gone under with this pandemic. And we lost a huge percentage of our retail customers. So if we'd had this conversation a year ago, the answer would have been very different. And we're just super, super thankful that we're still here. And we will be growing into more stores as the world normalizes a bit. But we're all still here. We're all alive.
Yes. And people are so comfortable with ordering online at this point that you definitely can order online. And I just encourage you guys to keep telling your story, because it is amazing.
And also, it was just her and I, we process our own online orders. So usually we can ship same day.
Wow.
We're not like a big company where, so if you ever have a question about your order, I'm literally on my phone answering questions from customers all day long. So.
Unless we're snowed in, we were last week.
Yeah.
With no power. Then we didn't get orders up. But other than that.
So you guys are in Texas?
We're in Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. No, we definitely did not get like Texas.
Yeah, we're really sending our prayers to all of the people that are.
No, we're just where all the riots are.
So we got Francis Lewis is clapping it up for you guys, and
thank you all so much.
Thank you for sharing, man. I appreciate y'all coming. Yeah, right.
Thank you so much, Coach, for having us. Thank you, Andrea. It was really lovely to spend some time with you all.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope to continue to build a relationship with you guys, and we just keep growing and building within the keto community. So once again, y'all, if y'all go to their website and check out the cookie department, the cookies at the cookiedepartment.com, I should type that in there, right? And y'all know y'all can use promo code.
Instagram on Instagram at cookie DEPT.
DEPT. And they on TikTok, y'all. I'm going to encourage them to get busy on TikTok, right?
Yeah, Coach is going to have to coach us on the TikTok thing. We're a little gunshot in that world.
Hey, Post my video. That'll be one of y'all videos for this
We
week.
will do
Post
that.
my video that I did on TikTok. Post that
And,
on
Joe,
there.
and just so you know, I have that sampler box for the giveaway on. It's on its way to you. You'll get it.
Okay.
You'll probably get it on Monday. So just make sure you don't eat all of them before you can get them on.
We might have to send them
before I do the video, right?
more so that you don't have to worry about eating all of them.
So yeah, I appreciate that, y'all. And they're talking about this giveaway that we have coming up. So we're doing a joint giveaway where we're basically going to give away some boxes of cookies, y'all. So y'all definitely be ready for that. Be on the lookout so that y'all can make sure y'all comment, and we're gonna flood their pages. We're gonna flood their website. So and just continue to show love to y'all, because there's not a lot of products out there that I won't say it's not a lot, but it's hard to find products that you can trust. And y'all know, by them being my first guest on the Keto Coach E
We're so honored.
Keto Class, that you can trust this product. And I love the fact that even though they do have a line of cookies that are not keto, it says it. When you click that part of the link, it says not keto. So I love that they actually have made that differentiation on their website so people can really see and they're not being tricked into buying the wrong thing. So I love what you guys are doing. And I couldn't help it but to ask for you guys to come here, because I love the story. I love the cookie. And I know the folks in my community love the cookie because it had my inbox flooded when that cookie was in the keto crate. So y'all keep doing what you're doing, man, and just keep changing lives. And I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you.
We're in future keto crates, but you know, we will be.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Down the road. I know y'all will be. They're gonna make sure y'all are in there because people love their cookie.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, all
guys.
of you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all. Well, we will be back at y'all.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe.
All right.
Healthy
We'll
and
see
safe.
all you guys next Sunday in Keto Class. Y'all know we'll be live on TikTok for the after party. So come over to TikTok for the Q&A, and I'll answer all your keto questions, and we can just debrief about this amazing interview, y'all. So see you guys next Sunday in Keto Class.